Hello and good day everyone, we are Group 1 from Computer Organization and Architecture. Today we are going through the assembly language for Lab 4 for question 1 or Program 1. Program 1 is about the program that asks a user to enter a site value for hexagon 1 and also hexagon 2. Then the program will calculate the parameter for hexagon 1 and 2. Finally, it will calculate the total parameter. So first of all, we need to rebuild the solution. And then we're going to step over it. So the first command is move EDX offset str1. This command is to prompt the user to enter a site for value for hexagon 1. So this message will be prompt. So we need to offset the str1, this message, to EDX. And then the call write string instruction will prompt the user this message at the console. So when we step over it, as you can see here, the message will pop. Enter a site value for hexagon 1. And then the call readDAG will read an input from the keyboard that is unsigned integer. So when we step over, we need to enter a site. So for example, we put here 5 and then we need to press enter. And then the value of the input will go into the EAX. You can see here 5 because I input 5 here. And then we move the content of EAX into site hex1 variable. So site hex1 become 5. So the next part is we need to input a site value for hexagon 2. So we need to offset the str2 to view this message. To enter site value for hexagon 2. So when I step over it, and then got write string, because write string is related to the EDX, and now EDX contain the offset of str2. So we will view this message. So you can see here, the message is pop out. Enter a site value for hexagon 2. And then we need to input, and here is the instruction call readDAG. And we step over it, we need to input the value for hexagon 2. So for example here, I will input 3. And the next instruction is move site hex EAX. So the content of EAX will be saved into the site hex2 variable. Let me step over it. You see here, site hex2 variable will contain 3. And next part is we need to calculate the parameter for both hexagon. So because hexagon has 6 sides, we decided to make it 6 for the content of ECX because we are going to use the loop method. So in step over, ECX will become 6 and EAX and EBX will contain the parameter for both hexagon. So EAX is for hexagon 1, EBX for parameter of hexagon 2. So we initialize it with 0. You can see here, EAX and EBX become 0. And here is, you can see here L1, the colon, and add EAX site hex1. Okay, this command will add the value of site hex1 into EAX and will be repeated 6 times because ECX is 6. For loop, it will relate to the value of ECX. If ECX is 6, then it will be loop as many as 6 times. So we can see first loop, and then going to second loop, third loop, fourth loop, fifth loop, and sixth loop. As you can see here, after the 6th loop, it will get out of the loop. And the value for the parameter of hexagon 1 and hexagon 2 is in EAX, which is 1E. And also for hexagon 2 parameter is 12 in EBX. And next, we need to save the value of the parameter into a variable. So here the variable is parameter hexagon 1. And we use the move instruction. And we step over, so the value of parameter hexagon 1 will become 1E because it will transfer the value of EAX. And next will be move the content of ABX into parameter hexagon 2 because we just calculated here. So it will have the value of ABX. So the next part will be continued by the next member.
Hello everyone, today my team is going to explain program 1 lab 4. So my part is part 2. Part 2 is asking us to calculate both of the parameters. Example parameter hexagon 1 equal to 18, so it is 3 6 times. So we are going to use the loop instruction to make this calculation of the parameter of the hexagon 1 and 2. So basically this is what is going to be like. The user is going to enter the first side of the hexagon and the second side and the first side of the second hexagon. Then we will calculate the total parameter of the hexagon. So let's see how can we do this. So this is the program here, and this is it. Also it's more clear here. So this is the data section, which is we are initializing the word that we want to print, and we are initializing some an empty spaces. So after that this block will display this one, but this is my my part. So looping here, if you notice, we are already read the decimal of the user input. So after that we are looping 6 times. We are initializing number 6 to ECX because ECX is the registry for controlling the number of loops. So here this loop 1 or L1 will loop 6 times, and in every time is going to make the same thing we saw here. It is going to add the user input to the registry 6 times, so that we will get all the edges, and then we can calculate the parameter of the hexagon. So the first time side hex 1 is going to be we are going to use the add instruction to add side hexagon 1 to EAX registry, and the same thing with B EBX. We are going to add the value of side hex 2 to the registry ABX, and we are going to loop 6 times, so that we are going to get what we want at the end. Then here we are moving the value of EAX that we just calculated or took from the side hex to the parameter hexagon. So this is what part 2 or part II is talking about. So now let us see what look like when we are starting the program. Okay, let me start. So here it is asking us for the entry of the side value for hexagon 1. So we are still here. Now we are still at this block. Once we give it the value, for example, let us say 12. We are now here at this block, at the second block. So once I give it the value, okay, this is the the solution at the end, but we want the looping, so so it is already looped, but we didn't say it because it happened behind the scenes. So this is when this one finished looping for the side hex 1. This is the number that we got, which is the parameter for hexagon 1, and the same thing happens with hexagon 2. We give it 16, so 16, it has been added 6 times to the registry EBX. We got 69. So it is as easy as that. Thank you for watching.
Hello everyone, I'm Harish from Group 1 and my group will be presenting this program 1 from Lab 4. So this is the question for program 1. This is the example of output. This is the coding for the program 1. My part is to explain from line 83 to line 99. Okay, first, move EDX offset string 4 is moving the value of address of string 4 to EDX. So let's find the address of string 4. The address of string 4 is 00406067. So let's enter the value for the side value of hexagon 1 and hexagon 2. Then this call write string is to display the value of string. So now we can see that the value of EDX is now 00406067. Next, move EAX side hex 2 is to move the value of side hex 2, which is the side of the hexagon 2, to EAX. Then call write integer is to display the value of integer. And now we can see here that the value of side hex 2 is 16 and the value of EAX is 16 also. Then move EDX offset string 5 is to move the value of the address of string 5 to EDX. So this is the value of string 5, the value of the address of string 5, which is 00406080. Then call write string is to display the value of string, and now we can see the value of EDX here. It's 00406080. Then move EAX perimeter hexagon 2 is to move the value of perimeter of the hexagon 2 to EAX. And then the call write integer is to display the value of integer. And now we can see here that the value of perimeter hexagon 2 is 96 and the value of EAX is 96. Then call Control F is the end of the line sequence of an output. The following lines will be explained by my groupmate. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Wang Huishi. So right now I'm gonna present on the lab 4 for the part 4 for the questions 1. So okay, in this program basically we need to write a program to calculate the parameter of the total parameter of the two hexagon. So okay, at other parts we already have the addition and the user input. Okay, so for the side hexagon one, we have insert the 5, and then for the side of the hexagon 2, the value is 4, and then we sum up the side of the hexagon 1, we get the value of 1e, and then for the hexagon 2, we have the 18 in hexadecimal. So for my part, I need to sum up these two parameters into a total parameter. So first, we need to move EAX parameter hexagon 1. We need to move the parameter of the hexagon 1 into EAX. So, okay, right now the EAX is 18. So, okay, we don't mind. We just move the parameter of hexagon 1 into EAX. So right now the parameter hexagon 1 has the same value with the EAX. And then next, we need to add the parameter of the hexagon 2 into EAX. So we need to add the 1e and 1 in hexadecimal. So we add these two, we get 36 in hexadecimal. And next, we need to move the EAX, the value of the EAX, into the total parameter. As we know, the EAX is a register that we use to use for the addition part. So, and after we have the value, have the result, we need to move this result back into the a storage or memory, which is the total parameter. So in this process, we need to do so. Okay, so the EAX, the value of EAX now has been moved into the total parameter. So they have the same value. And next, we need to output the output on the screen. As we can see, right now in the screen we have these 4 sentences. This is for the other part, which is part 1, part 2, and part 3. So in my part, I need to show the next string on the screen, which is the string 6. Okay, in this, the string 6 is the total parameter is equal to, okay, so we need to output this sentence. Okay, so first we need to move EDX and offset the string 6. And we need to call write string so that the string 6 can be right on the screen. Okay. After the write string, okay, we can see the total parameter is equal to, this is the string 6 will appear on the screen. Okay, next, we need to show the total parameter on the screen. So, as usual, we need to move the total parameter into the EAX, because if we call the right integer, we use the EAX. Okay, after we move the total parameter into EAX, the EAX value has the same value with the total parameter, which is 36. And then we call right integer. And the right integer means that we show the signed integer on the screen. So after we write integer been called, okay, the 30 plus 24, which is equal to 54, will be shown on the screen. So this is, of course, this is in the decimal. The 36 is in the hexadecimal. Yeah. So basically, the whole program, the output for the whole program is like this. And then that's all from me. Thank you.